The most expensive stocks on the stock market, that's what we're going to be talking about today here on 40 Finance. Hi, my name's Jeff Beers, and I'm taking you through the most expensive stocks available on the stock market. The first thing to know about expensive stocks is that there is a lot of different listings and a lot of different ways to look at and judge what is an expensive stock. So as I displayed here, there's just tons and tons of companies that have share prices in the thousands and thousands of dollars, $10,000, $30,000, $100,000. But a lot of those are really just private holding companies. Even though they're on a public market, they get zero volume every day from a trade perspective. And frankly, they're not even real companies in the terms that they don't, not all of them produce product. They're more like real estate ventures, investing companies, things like that. So they don't actually produce anything. So you kind of got to skip through the noise if you're going to sort solely by stock price. And so what I kind of did to make this more interesting is I sorted by the market volume. So if you look at the market volume on a lot of these that are presented here, there's zero. So they don't across 3 months, they don't average any volume of trading. So it's not like people are into them every day. So I tried to take a different approach and make sure a company at least had some volume so that you guys could have more fun with this. Okay, so the first stock on our list is one that I think a lot of people are familiar with, at least from a brand name perspective. Berkshire Hathaway stock offers a Class A stock option that's publicly traded for a mere $326,000. So this is different than the more common Berkshire Class B stock, which you see most people talk about, or if your neighbor says, I own Berkshire, then they more likely own the Class B. Class A gets you just a bigger part of the company, more voting rights. Obviously, it has a premium price, but you're still going to ebb and flow with the performance of Berkshire as a whole. But coming in at $326,000, Berkshire Hathaway is my number one most expensive stock. The number two stock on our list is Seaboard Corporation, ticker SEB. It comes in substantially less expensive than the Berkshire Class A at $3,722. But what Seaboard does is they're an agriculture and shipping business. So they do a lot of pork production. They have shipping. Basically, these guys produce food and ship it across different areas, across the sea, obviously trucking, etc. But they're an agriculture producer. And from what I could see, it was mostly in livestock. And they do sublease some of their shipping containers and vessels that they have to go across the ocean to other companies. That is a part of their business. But at $3,722, it has a PE ratio of almost 45. It's a little high. I thought it was a little high from a valuation perspective. I also couldn't find too many analysts who had real bullish projections for them. So it's not the type of company that I would invest in on first glance. But obviously at the share price, you know, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck in the sense that most companies would have split several times when they reach the share price. So you don't get the same dilution that you would see in companies that are selling stocks for, let's just say, $40 a share. So might be something to look at if you know a lot about agriculture and shipping. The next company to look at on our most expensive stocks list is NVR Incorporated, ticker symbol NVR. NVR is a home builder and mortgage company, one of the largest in the United States. And they actually have pretty good fundamentals. When I look through their balance sheet, their PE ratio, forward PE, it looks all pretty good. So I can understand how they got so big. I think the biggest question that you have here, though, is where's the home building market going over the next couple years? Interest rates are obviously a primary concern. We know that there's going to be a home shortage in America as millennials progress into different parts of their career and the general population increases. So NVR is definitely one to look at if you're interested in the home sector and want some exposure there. Just compare it across the other companies to see who you think is offering the better deal per their stock price. Number 4 on my list is Booking Holdings at $1,891 per share. Booking Holdings is actually a stock that I would be very interested in. As you know, I focus primarily on internet and internet technology, and Booking Holdings plays right into that niche as they do everything travel. So they own companies like Booking.com, they own Priceline, they even own OpenTable. If you're familiar with that app that helps you book reservations, I think they have a rental car website. So they are knee deep in the internet travel niche, which makes them an intriguing candidate, in my opinion, certainly for my portfolio, because internet travel, I think, is going to take over, if it hasn't already, right? It's just going to take over how people travel, how they make their bookings. There's probably an opportunity to make a lot of money there going forward. They have a current PE ratio of 33, and I think their forward PE was about 19, so not terribly overvalued. Little bit of debt, as you could expect in a company like this that's still in the acquisition phase, the growing phase. So you kind of overlook some of those things depending on how risk averse you are. But overall, I'll be looking more into Booking Holdings. I might even do a full stock review on them in the near future. I like what Booking Holdings has to offer here just at first glance, and I may very well add it to my portfolio down the road. Number 5 on the most expensive stocks list is a name I think everybody knows. Amazon, coming in at $1,690 a share and a forward PE of 94. So there's a pretty hefty premium on Amazon's profits is the bottom line. So if you're gonna, I think Amazon is a great company. I think there's a ton of growth potential, and I think that their organic growth is just gonna blow up over time as people get even more accustomed to ordering from them. The only problem right now, in my opinion, is just the expenses. You go forward, PE, I think, is still in like the 68, 70 range. Their debt level, although high, is not absurd like some of the other companies you see, and they have so much money coming in that there will be a time that they sort of hit a fork in the road and they start paying some of that down. I'm sure they have already. I am not an Amazon stockholder, but I do have exposure through a couple of the ETFs I own. As a standalone stock with Amazon, my personal take, and with my particular budget, there's just better deals to be had, but I certainly want exposure in some form or another, and that's why I'm happy that it's included in my ETFs. So that's our top 5 most expensive stocks. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please subscribe to the channel to help keep it growing, and I will see you next time.